Hi, guys. I'm going to read a passage to you titled Abigail Adams, A Quiet Leader. This goes with our theme of the American Revolution, but we are going to use this passage to practice finding the main idea and supporting details in a text. And I'm going to read the passage to you in this video, and I will go over the following worksheets with you in the second video. So this is Abigail Adams, A Quiet Leader. Abigail Adams was born on November 11th, 1744, in Weymouth, Massachusetts. She was married to John Adams. John became the second president of the United States in 1797. John and Abigail were important figures in the Patriots' fight for independence during the American Revolution from 1775 to 1783. Abigail supported the Patriots through her many actions. While John was away from home as an active member of the war, Abigail was appointed by the Massachusetts Colony General Court to question other women to determine whether they were patriots or loyal to the British Crown. She was asked by her husband to influence those women loyal to the Crown to take sides with the Patriots. Abigail was close to many of the battles because she lived in Boston during most of the war. The war came very close to Abigail's home when Britain closed off Boston's harbor and denied shipments of supplies to the Patriots. When the British began firing cannons on the harbor, Abigail could see the destruction. She offered aid in the form of food, clothing, and care to the Continental Army. She even hid soldiers in her home and allowed them to train in her yard. The Continental Army finally fought off the British ships and the harbor opened back up. The Patriots began receiving shipments of supplies. However, they were disheartened to find that the muskets they had been waiting for came without gunpowder or bullets. The muskets were useless. Abigail, knowing the army could not continue their fight for independence without usable weapons, collected all the silver and steel she could find. She then melted it down to make bullets for the army. Even though the army was still missing gunpowder and they could not fire their muskets, this loyal act by Abigail inspired them to steal gunpowder and cannons from a nearby British base. Abigail also began fighting for women's rights. Her husband was a member of the group that wrote the Declaration of Independence. The Declaration of Independence announced the United States' freedom from Britain, and it included laws that would govern the country. In her most famous letter to her husband, Abigail asked John to remember the ladies and be more generous and favorable to them than your ancestors. Unfortunately, John did not take Abigail's advice. The Declaration of Independence did not include laws to give women more power or equality. This correspondence between Abigail and her husband is one of the earliest records of the fight for women's rights. Abigail was a very quiet leader during the American Revolution. She led by her actions and by her letters to her husband. With Abigail's help, the Patriots were able to win their freedom from the British Crown, and a new country was born.